What up, K-Fish? Missed you last week, dude. It was quiet in the chat room. This is what we're tying tonight. It's an Intruder style streamer. So you got your hook, stinger hook back here on a wire. Pretty sparse body. It's mostly marabou. There's a little bit of mallard flank in there. All good, man. All good. I missed like the last 2 weeks before, so we all got lives to live, you know? So anyways, starting off with this partridge. This is a 15 millimeter shank, just a bare shank we're starting off with in the vise. Okay. I'm gonna do some red eyes on this one. Yeah, I actually just learned how to tie this style fly the other day. Watched a video here on YouTube, and I fished like some sculpin patterns with the stinger hook, but I don't know that I would say they were true Intruder style flies. But this is definitely closer to that true Intruder style. So I thought it looked pretty cool, and I wanted to tie some up myself. First step here, we're just attaching these dumbbell eyes. Yeah. Last name Rowley. I don't know how to spell it either, but I don't think that is the right way. But yeah, I know the name. Super cool. Where was this convention at? Nice. I feel like I know that name. Bellevue. I was just up in Squim, Washington, like a couple months ago. Okay. So now we come in with the Intruder wire. You could use backing or whatever you want. Some gangster beats. So you probably can't see this, probably out of focus, but I am just threading this intruder wire through the eye of the hook. And I'm going to make a little loop there. So I got both ends through, and I'm going to go around the point of the hook like so and grab those, and it just snugs down like that on there. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So snug down there. Now what we're going to do is attach this to the top of the hook shank, this bare shank that we've got. And that is going to be where we catch the fish. It's on the stinger hook. So there's no, it's like an articulated streamer, but with no front hook, essentially. And you can kind of just measure out the length that you want that. I want this total length to be about 2 inches on this fly, so I like it about there. I'm going to run this intruder wire all the way up the shank just to make sure it's in there nicely and that hook doesn't pull out when I hook a big fish. And to ensure that, we'll even double this wire over and trap it back this way on both sides. Something like that. Now I'm going to come in with my wire cutters here and cut that excess off. And this will leave a sharp edge, so just be weary of that as you tie moving forward, because it can cut your thread pretty quickly. Oh man, that is a good question. I think this is like a size 4. I'm not even sure. I took it out of the package a long time ago, but it's like an octopus hook, I think. Size 4, size 6, size 8. I don't know. It's pretty small. The whole idea of this fly is to keep it pretty small and pretty sparse. All right. So now that we've got that trailer hook on there, we can start to build up the body. I'm just going to start with a little dubbing loop here. And just going to grab some marabou right off the feather here. My scissors are kind of dull because I cut wire and stuff, so it doesn't always work. So yeah, little chip clip, some marabou in there. I'm putting this right in my dubbing loop. And spin that up. Yo, yo, yo. What's happening? All right. Once you got that nice and spun up, you can hit it with a brush just to kind of get any trapped feathers out of there. Brush, pick, whatever you want. Grab my hackle pliers. I'm just going to kind of palmer this around here. Try not to hit the camera. come in here and trim that off. And now the one thing I will say with tying these flies is always try and remember that stinger hook's back there, because it's easy to forget and stick yourself. I saw one video, a guy put an eraser on there, and that was pretty smart. I don't have any erasers laying around right now, though, so. All right. So that's like the tail. Can kind of see where this is going. Now we can add a little flash in. This is, what is this? This is just UV polar chenille in a copper color. Excuse me, I got a little bit of a runny nose. All right. I'm just gonna do a couple quick turns with this. I'm trying to keep this body pretty sparse, pretty loose. So what's that, 3? I think three full turns there. 2.5. Who's counting? Yep, see, there you go. I just stuck myself. Oh man, you know, I just realized I'm tying this thing freaking upside down. Whatever, we'll do another one. I flipped it over to put super glue on these eyes, and so I tied the hook where it's writing hook point down, which is not right. So this is gonna go in the junk pile eventually, but we'll tie another one the right way, and I'm gonna go ahead and finish this because we're here now. Let's see, duck mallard. All right. So we're gonna come in with this duck mallard feather now. I'm just gonna like preen back these fibers like so. That's gonna be our tie-in point. And this is just gonna go right in front. Of that polar chenille. Like so. Again, just a couple turns goes a long way with this. Same thing with the marabou. I'm gonna just kind of pull these fibers back. There's that hook again. Nice. Oh, didn't get it quite lashed in there. Try that again. That's one full turn. See if we can get another one out of this. There we go. I like to kind of just get in there with those, even just brush them out a little bit. Okay. tease out those duck mallard feathers so they're individual because they like to clump together. I don't know how that guy. Oh. Okay. Now, lastly, one more little dubbing loop. And we're just going to go back to the marabou. Back to the chip clip. I like to get these kind of fuzzier fibers down towards the bottom of the marabou. I just think they have a lot more undulation and movement on their own in the micro feathers. Yeah. I don't want a lot here, so I'm going pretty sparse on this one. Okay. I guess that's a good thing, right? It looks complicated, looks buggy, but it's relatively easy to tie. And the thing is, too, is all these materials are, other than the polar flash, natural. So it just gives like a really natural movement in the water. And it doesn't, I mean, it's not heavy. A lot of the synthetic materials I find will kind of like hold water more. And this does not. This is going to be a pretty lightweight fly. So that's it. I tied it, like I said, I tied that hook in upside down. The hook's the wrong way, but we're going to tie another one the right way now. So let's do it again. All right. Back to the bare shank. That's how I need to keep my directions straight. The idea is that I'm kind of trying to make this like jig style. So I want the eyes to be down here on the bottom of the shank, and I want the hook point to ride hook point up, and I failed to do that last time. But this first one that I showed you is right. So you got the kind of up eye, dumbbell eyes, and then the hook point. If you reveal it from the back here, is going to be hook point up. So that's the goal. Do as I say, not as I do, or something like that, right? You know, K-Fish, I tried to go vertical the other day on live and take your advice on that. And I definitely I saw an increase of viewers, but my phone would not focus on the fly. It kept losing or kept jumping focus, and I could not figure it out within the YouTube app how to tap in on it. And I was looking at all this other third-party stuff that I can get to be able to stream vertically and horizontally at the same time, and it just seems like too much. Seems like a lot. And I prefer the quality of this camera. That was the one thing though, is that app or the third-party thing plug in for the computer. I could use this camera and shoot vertically and horizontally, which could be cool. Could be cool. I'm struggling to keep this one camera in focus though, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. It's close enough. I'm not even going to turn this one over to super glue it because that's how I messed up last time. And I know myself. A dabble do ya. Okay. Back to all right. So threading that little guy through there again. There it is. Boom. Cinch it down. And I'm just going to go ahead and cut these off even now to make my life easier. Okay. You want to make sure this intruder wire is sitting on top of the shank and oriented the way you want it. So I like to put it on there and then pull it back to the length. Sometimes that helps. Boom. Looking good. Should have left myself a little extra length there, but it's going to work. Okay. This guy wants to twist for some reason. There we go. All right, so dubbing loop again. I double checked before I got too far ahead to make sure I have my eyes on there the right way this time. They're good. Chip clip. Marabou. No worries, bro. I was chatting to you. I didn't know if you were there or not, but I was saying that I tried to go vertical like last week or a couple weeks ago with my cell phone, and it just didn't work because it kept trying to like autofocus, I guess, within the YouTube app, and I couldn't lock the focus on my fly. So it's kind of I don't know. Probably pretty annoying to watch, I would assume. But I tried. Definitely had some more people watching, it seemed like, but I think quality over quantity or something like that. Front facing. I might have to try that out. I think I'm going to get a new phone soon. I need one. It's time. I was saying I tried like this third-party program for streaming, and I forget what it's called already, OSX or OGX or something like that. But anyways, that was a lot, and I got it working, and then I was able to use this camera and film vertically, which was kind of nice, but I feel like it's just not worth it in the end. Why do you want to spin on me? That's also smart. Little upgrade lens for the phone. So like a macro lens, or do you know micro? Yeah, micro, macro. Same. I don't know about you guys, but this is my favorite part. I'll get you guys back in focus in 1 second. Oh, there we go. I don't know, man. Cell phones these days, the cameras are pretty freaking good. Mine's just try and show you my cell phone. Actually, it's pretty busted. This is my phone, and the camera is all scratched and whatnot. I should have a case on there, but I don't. I did have a case for like the first 2 years I had that phone, probably a year and a half, however long. All right. Now that this one is right, I'm going to hit it with a little UV resin. Last one went in the junk drawer because I put the hook on upside down like a dummy. Sorry I'm blocking this, but I used my stabilizer. There you have it. It's kind of like a rusty trombone, which is one of my favorite go-to streamers here on the Arkansas. So I think this thing will work just fine. Here we go. One with yellow eyes. One with red eyes. Let's do another color, different color this time. I think it may be a little baby brown trout. Mostly trout, fishing trout. Rainbows and brown trout. Freestone River. I haven't honestly fished these flies that I'm tying right now. I plan to soon, but yeah, I'm sure they would work for a lot of different fish. Let's try like a more brown trout inspired one this time, huh? I think I can stick with that same. Let's see, same copper. Yeah. We'll do this. That's a nice color. Thanks, Michael. We love mop flies over here. Or just really, we just love fly fishing. Any style of fly fishing, any kind of fishing. And I think it's kind of funny. Mop flies get so much hate. I don't get what makes them so much different than other flies. Is it because they work? They work too well. Yeah, dude, this would crush for smallmouth bass, I'm sure. Because it could play as anything. It could be like a little crawfish. It could be a smaller fish. Oh, I totally forgot. I didn't tie this. I tied in on this first one some like red flashes, like a gill or a hot spot. This one I did not. So we'll do that in this one. It's just funny. Like, I don't know where you guys are at, but where we are, we have so many caddis larvae that are literally the size of like the mothfly butts. And it looks like a caddis larva. It looks like a crane fly larva. Looks like so many things. Looks like a pellet if you want it to. It's just a very good fly. I'm here in Colorado, Mark, so I don't get to do a whole lot of smallmouth fishing, but we do have one stock pond that has some not far, like 20 minutes, 30 minutes from me. So every once in a while I'll catch one. But what's also in there are some mega grass carp, and so I find myself going for those more often. I'm a sucker for carp. RC Sodak. I gotta look that up on a map. I have no idea where RC Sodak is. Grass carp on the fly is phenomenal. I got Rapid City. Gotcha. Yeah, grass carp on the fly are insane, man. They're very, very tricky. I dedicated a lot of last summer to them, and just figuring out what they're willing to eat. I finally got one to eat a black prince nymph, suspended below like a beetle, because I know they eat dry flies. Shanks. Let's see. Sorry, ADHD. Shanks. I'm using these partridge 15 millimeter intruder shank. But yeah, grass carp, prince nymph is like a black and kind of maybe purple. I don't know. There's a fly that's been sitting in my box for the longest time, and I hardly ever fish prince nymphs anymore. Even I had a black one in there, and I just threw it on like a Hail Mary as a dropper. I was trying to get these grass carp on dries. So I threw this dropper like 4 inches below, and that's what he went for. But that's the only grass carp I've ever caught on a fly. I can't say that I've had a whole lot of opportunities, but hope to do some more in the future. You know, it's funny, K-Fish. I'm gonna send you, when I get done with this live, I'm gonna send you a link to some videos I was watching. But carp fishing has actually been around on the fly since like at least the 50s in the U.S. Popular, or I wouldn't say popular. I'd say it's still not popular, but people have been chasing them on fly rods since the 50s. And I watched some cool videos of like Flip Pallet and Lefty Cray back in the day, chasing carp. Really cool videos. So it's not super, super new. Definitely like still, I think not that many people fishing for them, but oh, I tied those eyes way back. I didn't even realize. Oh, whatever. This guy's getting a little disproportionate. Yeah, I think it's a shame that people shoot and bow hunt and kill carp, throw them up on the bank, whatever, when they catch them. It really is a shame, because they are hard fighting fish and hard to trick too. They're not just like an easy catch, unless you're fishing bait. I guess that they're hard on a fly, I should say. But yeah, I have a reservoir near me that is loaded with mega carp, and they freaking bow hunt the crap out of them there, and they're so spooky. They're so hard to catch, but there's some really big ones. I wish they wouldn't bow hunt them or weren't allowed to, but it is legal. Yeah, I've yet to get a comment on a dry fly. I've had lots of grass carp. Well, I shouldn't say lots, but I've had a few times where the grass carp came up and looked at the dries and just like nudged them with their nose, but never sucked them in. But I've seen commons rising. I just have never gotten one on a dry. I'd love to. All right, we're switching it up this time. We're doing a brown trout or some sort of brown bait fish, smaller. These could be like sculpin too. You know, they've got pretty bulky heads. They're totally an invasive species, but they're introduced just like a lot of species here, just like trout. So if you're going to introduce something, it might as well be something that is sustainable, I guess. You know, carp can actually survive hotter temperatures, whereas all these trout that the government is paying a lot of money to put in rivers and stuff are dying because the rivers are getting so hot. Whereas carp can live and they fight hard and they're actually good for river systems. I don't know. They put them in canals and stuff to clean the canals and keep vegetation from blocking them up. So that's where the whole canal fishing in like Arizona comes from. That sounds so sick. Yeah, there's not actually a whole lot of carp in my area either. I've got to drive a couple hours, but that's not the case for most people, which I think is really cool. It gives a lot of people something to target on a fly rod in their local area. They don't have to drive super far to get up to the mountains for trout or something. And they also fight super hard. I don't know if you've ever gotten to saltwater fish, but it is very similar to like a redfish or a bonefish. So good fun to try and target them. Ooh, what did I do with my doohickey? Where is my doohickey? Oh, wait. There it is. It was in my hand. The doohickey I was looking for was in my hand. I don't know if this brown marabou is gonna work. It's not quite long enough. Oh, we might just roll with it. Well, what? Do you have longer fibers on this one? Let's try this. Let's try another one. Nothing wrong with doing a double. It's not too bad. I just want it a little longer in the back. So we're going to try this again. I love the history of carp. They're also like a delicacy in many parts of Europe and Asia. And the carp fishing over there is serious business. People take it pretty serious. All right, I'm liking that better. Got a little more going on now back there. Yeah, man. Tips for high alpine lakes. I can give you some tips. I don't know if it's cutthroat in there or grayling. But you're up in Washington, I believe, right? So probably some trout, probably some cutthroat trout. My best alpine lake approach, if they're not like visibly rising to dry flies, and dry flies, I'll do beetles, ants, caddis work sometimes depending on the lakes you're at. But if they're not rising to dry flies visibly, balanced leeches work very well under an indicator, or chironomids, or midges, just like a zebra midge nymph, and a leech under an indicator. The two of those will typically catch a fish. Scuds, depending on the lake, again, scuds can be really prevalent in high alpine lakes. But yeah, dry flies is the way. Like if you get up there and you see fish rising, that's one of the best things in the world, because you see them coming from the bottom and it's, like you said, crystal clear. You see them coming all the way up. It's hard not to set the hook too soon, but it's one of the funnest ways to fish. Or funnest ways to fish for trout, at least, I'd say. Getting somewhere with this one. Yeah, pheasant tails and hare's ears, also, you can never really go wrong with. Two classics. Let's see. Oh yeah. Mallard flank, going a little kind of rusty orange color here this time. Intruders are your go-to patterns? That's what's up. I'm new to the intruder game, I would say. I hope I'm doing them justice. We're going to fish them hopefully soon. So I was going to throw in the gills this time, but I lied. I'm not going to. I'm not throwing in the red flash. I just don't like rainbow. It makes sense on a brown trout. I don't like it. I don't want it. Let's see if I got some better brown marabou in here. Excuse me. Does not look like it. Peach. What do you need? Strong peach marabou. Okay. There's got to be something in here. Oh man, I believe that. I wish I had bull trout where I am. Peach white. I was actually in Montana for a little while, and I did get to catch a couple bull trout. I was not targeting them, but caught a couple bull trout while I was up there. Crazy too, like you'll catch a whitefish and just all of a sudden there's a big bull swiping at it. That was wild to see. Love to get up to BC though and target bull trout for a while. Yeah, it's so dope. I've seen some pretty cool bull trout footage and heard some cool stories. I had a guy tell me a story of him catching them. He designed lemming patterns, which I don't even know that I can say what a lemming is. I'm not sure. I think it's some sort of pretty big rodent, though. But he saw these bull trout. He was camping in BC and saw these bull trout eating these lemmings, apparently. And so he designed like these mega mouse patterns and was catching them on top water. Just gonna tease this guy up a little bit. Get all these different materials working together, blending together a little bit. Yep, there's the stinger. Something like that. How about those Labrador brook trout, though? Wow. Colors on those things. And the size of those things. Wow. That was so bright. I just blinded myself temporarily. It's amazing how reflective this yellow is with that UV light. I wish I had some better brook trout fishing around me. We've got like small creek brookies, but nothing big. BRB. Okay. So let's do another one of the brown trout. Oh, just dropped a shank. Get that later. Excuse me. There it is. Got it. I got it now. So 15 millimeter Intruder shank. The hook, I can't say for sure. They're on the smaller side. They're heavy wire. I know that. I took them out of the package a long time ago, and have not used them for anything, but it's kind of like an octopus or like I don't know. It's got just like a nice stinger shape to it. If I had to guess, I would say it's a size 6, probably a size 6. We're gonna go with that. But overall, like total size of these is probably, I don't know, 1.5 inches, 2 inches. So on the smaller side all the way through. And like small dumbbell eyes. I actually just recently got a Euro Euro setup, so I've been kind of like fascinated with jig style streamers and mini streamers, and that's kind of, I think, the coolest thing about the Euro rod is being able to work these little micro currents and underneath ledges and stuff like that, and just the feeling of fighting a fish on a long 3-weight. Yeah, I like the dubbing loop marabou move. You could just do the stem, but I find that like it just bulks up the fly too much, adds unneeded weight. You can pretty much put anything in a dubbing loop. Yeah, it's a pretty short shank. It's really, I think, just a pretty grabby hook. It's, even if you look at it, I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but if you look at it, it's offset. That hook point's offset from the shank. It's just a grabby little hook. I wish I had the package so I could tell you. I honestly don't know where it came from even, but it looked right. Looked like the right job or the right hook for the job. I'm getting ahead of myself though. I like to feed the wire through too. So I attach this intruder wire. So I'm going down through the eye with both ends of it and just forming a loop. Like so. So I've got both ends in a loop kind of going through there, and then I go over that hook point. And so you're kind of sliding it around there. Oh. I'm having a hard time doing this and showing you, but like that, and then cinch it down. That's just going to kind of hold that hook point up and make it all that more grabby, ideally. Mm-hmm. That's pretty funny. I could see that working, but just so I watched this video the other day and the guy was talking about it and the reason he likes intruder hooks, and it was a convincing argument for me. But like a long shank streamer hook, he was saying, kind of makes like a pivot point, right? Like it's like a crowbar. And if that fish's head is changing angles, or you're changing angles of the rod, or the I guess where it's tied to the eye of the hook, it's like a crowbar and it's moving that hook point, whereas this can move freely. So this just stays pinned in the fish's mouth the whole time and tension on it, ideally. And it's not able to work itself out. And therefore you don't need as big a hook. Yeah, we'll see. Like I said, I haven't really gotten to fish them as much, but I do like the idea of it. It kind of prevents the short strikes. You're not going to get as many fish nipping at that tail and missing the hook altogether. I'm really not familiar with tube flies at all. I don't even honestly know the idea behind it. I should research that when I get off of live. So I've seen like a few tying videos of them, and it is interesting to me, but I don't know the purpose. Is it, I guess, so I'm assuming the body of the fly is like free from the hook, I guess I imagine it like a slip indicator. Like once the fish is pinned, that body can like move up and down the line freely and not get in the way. Is that the idea? Got it. Makes sense. And is that typically steelhead fishing that you're going to do that and like swinging flies? Whoa. But would you typically like fish it with a spey rod or swinging it? I guess was my question. More less, I guess, about steelhead, but more style of fishing it. Would it be a swinging fly? Because I imagine it under a sinking line with, because I don't typically see a tube fly with weight tied into it, so I wouldn't otherwise know how you get it down. I'm gonna have to YouTube some videos when I get off of this. I'm not really familiar with the tube flies. I saw a kid tying one in a video just the other day though, and he was lashing so much material on this plastic tube. It was crazy. It's like probably $50 worth of materials. No, I don't know about that, but it seemed like a whole pack of like EP fibers and a bunch of marabou or saddle feathers or hackle feathers going into it too. Was cool looking though. All right, trying to remember. Oh yeah. Next step. Actually, that's kind of making or sounding familiar. Tube flies for muskie as well. I feel like I've heard of that. Sometimes this mallard flank is not much fun to work with. Oh my god. It's gonna work. That makes sense. Nowhere to put that downward weight, or how do you, man, I just gotta watch some videos. I'm so curious now. Thanks, brother. I'm stoked on it. Hopefully the fish are stoked on it. Tie lines. Tight. Pretty tight. It's another color we can do, maybe like a black and purple. I hear my dog trying to get in right now. Oh, let's see. Maybe we'll just call it there. I don't know. I'm losing inspiration. I got, let's see. Nice little fleet though. I don't think we can even fit all these on here. No way. There's two more. So I'll report back hopefully with some fish stories next week. You guys, whoever's watching, the 4 of you, come back next week, Tuesdays. Oh, yeah. She likes those ones. Cool. Well, thanks for watching, guys. See you next Tuesday. Oh, black and purple. Okay. You know what? For your daughter, I'll stick around and do one more. I'm going to do one more. Let's do it. I got the stuff. I got the time. Okay. Let's see. I gotta get some nice. I gotta get some black thread going real quick. Bear with me. Tan will not work on a black and purple fly. It's got to have purple eyes, right? This one's going to be a bit heavier, though, because these eyes are mediums, I think, or smalls, but not extra small. Okay, so let's see. Okay. Get that measured out about there. Okay. So we gotta start with black, I think. You know what I want to do actually on this one that I didn't do on the other ones? I want to put in some rubber legs. Because I just got these sweet black and purple, excuse me, hard sexy floss purple and black legs that I think will look phenomenal on here. I don't know how those are going to react with that hook. Hopefully they don't foul things up. But I think it looks cool. Might even just shorten them up a touch at the end. Trying to pick out a good marabou feather here. Oh no. I lost my grip on my thread. Probably because I have like 5 other pieces of thread in there still from. Oh man. That's trash. We gotta start that over. Sorry guys. Sorry. Oh, I broke it too. Lame. New dubbing loop. This one's gonna be a little less material. What? That's not gonna be enough though. It's okay, it's just a start. This song is horrible. Okay, so we got that. I should trim these off before we get too much further, because then I won't be able to without hitting other materials. Just gonna go a little shorter than the bend of the hook to hopefully prevent fouling. I don't know. Looks like it could still foul. There's a lot going on back here. I think I'm gonna do another one of those. It's not as thick as I want it, so making this up as we go. We might have to name it after your daughter. What's your daughter's name? This gets to be her fly. Hi, Outdoor Roman. Lil, nice. I like that. That's easy. Lil Perps. little purple. Appreciate it. Appreciate the sub. Found that stinger hook again. That's, I think, like the fourth time tonight. I feel like we should get a counter going. How many times is Tanner going to stick himself on the stinger hook? All right. I'm liking that body more. Kind of just lost those purple legs in there, but hopefully they'll shine through. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Trying to make a lot more stuff, you know, more videos. It's just hard in the winter. There's not a whole lot of new things to do. We were supposed to be going to Pyramid Lake in a couple weeks. Actually, sorry, this week. We would have left Saturday. But we've got a dog that's not doing so hot. So we're kind of just stuck in town for the time being, stuck doing small adventures and local adventures, no big trips. But Pyramid Lake is one that I've done the last 2 years, and this would have been the third, and I love it out there, and I was really looking forward to it, but it's always going to be there. Unfortunately, our dog will not, so we are not going this year. But we are going to go down to the Denver Fly Fishing Show on Saturday. So I don't know if any of you guys watching will be there, but if you're in Denver and at the Fly Fishing Show on Saturday, come say hi. Here comes the purple. That one's going to be a problem. I think I might have gone a little too heavy on the purple. We might stop after this one. We don't want that much purple. It's just a highlight for now. Maybe we'll come back in with some more purple at the end, but oh, I could have maybe gone one more turn with that. It's too late now. Too late now. We're going to use this copper because it's got some natural purple flash to it too. And maybe we'll come back in with a little something crazy at the end. I don't know. Let's see, 2 turns. I'm not really feeling that flash. Let's take it out. I think the flash needs to come out, and then we're going to finish. We're just going to finish it with black and purple. Bob Ross would say just a happy little mistake or something like that. All right. Oh, I thought I was doing something really cool, but I did not pull it off. We're going to try it anyways. This thing's getting messy, but we're rolling with it. Oh, okay. I don't want to finish that behind the eyes. What am I doing? Okie dokie. The little perp, little black and perp. This thing's sweet. Definitely just like totally hid those legs in there. You probably could have just not even put those in, but I don't know, a little black and perp. Yo, welcome back. Thank you. This is inspired by Dirt and Smile's daughter, Lil. I was about to leave, actually. I'm starving, so I'm going to go grab some dinner, but this is my last fly for the night. But I said black and purple, and she said, yeah. And I said, okay. I had to oblige. So here it is. A little perp. Thanks for watching tonight, guys, and thanks for the subscribes. Definitely appreciate it. And I'll be back on next Tuesday, if not sooner. Sometimes I get bored in the middle of the week and I jump on live. So, yeah, see you guys next time. Thanks again. Peace.